are watching the NCAA Baseball Regionals presented by Capital One. Hot, steamy, sultry, pre-summer afternoon in Raleigh, North Carolina. Opening game of the Raleigh Regional. Huskies of Northeastern, Tigers of Auburn.
He'll run that fastball 91 to 96, kind of sprinkling a slider and a change, but he pitches a lot off that fastball, and you can see why. But, pretty solid numbers right there. Anytime you get an ERA around 3, that's really good. Good strikeout to walk ratio, and anytime you're under hits per innings pitched, that's pretty solid too.
Now the Tigers struggled down the stretch, but we were talking prior to the game. Don't worry about that because they really have positioned themselves nicely for the tournament as Charlie McConnell gets set to lead off. He had a game this year where he had 5 hits. Ian Farrell will follow, then Jake Farrell and Scott Holzwasser hits in the cleanup. Infielder Max Burt bats 5th, and Cam Walsh, Ryan Solomon, John Mazda, and Mason Coppins in the 9th spot as the teams use the DH here in baseball. And we should remind you, and we'll do this quite often, by the way, the 20 hours of broadcast we have here, television replay is not available. So any controversies, whatever the umpires rule, is law. On the count. Toward right field, base hit. Good start for the Huskies in the opening inning. Burns this time ahead, but this one going the opposite way. We'll put runners at first and second. One out. Nice bit of hitting by Farrell. Able to hit it where the shortstop wasn't, so it's runners at first and second. Toward short. Diving stop, long throw to first base. And now they're loaded. It's a tough play for the shortstop, Holland. Up 3 hits so far. That's why they're loaded. Popped up. Two outs. There is a huge out for Tanner Burns.
Or you just makes you feel sick.
Walsh, inning over. Right to the second baseman, and Tanner Burns pitches out of a bases-loaded situation in the first. Troy with a goatee. Tyler Brown ready to go to work. Looks like one of those major league throwers out there, doesn't he?
Yeah, he sure does. He's got some good stuff. He's going to be 87 to 91 with that fastball. He'll throw a cutter, which is kind of like a abbreviated slider, throw a curve and a change. So a 4-pitch mix for Tyler Brown. See his numbers right there. He has thrown 81 in the 3rd innings. Pretty good strikeout to walk ratio for the right-hander. And he's just a guy that's just going to be a competitor. Doesn't really blow you away with that fastball, just has to spot it. And for him to be successful, he's got to keep that ball down in the zone against Tiger hitters.
And he will face and the leadoff hitter, Will Holland, then Stephen Williams, Brett Wright, Brendan Venter, who had a field day against Northeastern during the regular season. The highlighted Edouard Julien, then Jay Estes, Connor Davis, Luke Jarvis, Josh Anthony rounding out the front 9, the top 9 for the Tigers. The top seed last year, but beaten by Davidson, who went on to the Super Regionals. Strike 3 called. Will Holland didn't agree. Out of sight, out of mind early, 14-8, Auburn. This one towards center field, straight away, and dropping, base hit. Stephen Williams with the first hit for Auburn aboard. Would be next in the cleanup spot. Runner does go on the 3-2. Takes away the double play, and in fact, everybody is going to be safe on the play, and the hustle over to third base is the runner who is in there in Stephen Williams. Nice play by Williams, able to go from second to third, and they're at first. Julien toward left field and deep. Gone! He continues to terrorize Northeastern on a 3-run bomb, and Auburn leads 3-0.
We talked about how the ball really carries to left center. Tyler Brown got that ball up in the strike zone. Watch Julien just take this ball the other way. He lets that ball travel deep in the strike zone, and he knew he got it pretty well. Look at the Auburn bench right there. When he made contact, that ball kind of got up in the jet stream and carried out over that left field wall. You got to hit it over the wall.
Which Burns faced the Northeastern lineup. This one toward left center field and hit deep. Up against the wall. And a good start to the third inning for Charlie McConnell, who's now 2 for 2 as a leadoff hitter for the Huskies. Hit number 4 in the game. Toward left center field. Runner will score. Around second base, Farrell with a stand-up double. Northeastern's on the board. It's 3-1.
Well, almost an identical swing by Jake Farrell that Charlie McConnell did. You saw that hang with his leg by Tanner Burns trying to throw off the timing of Jake Farrell. Had no effect on him. That ball is almost caught by Davis in left field. I mean, he just misses that baseball. But a big run for the Huskies, and now they're on the board. It's 3-1 Tigers.
Look at the Huskies dugout. 62 RBIs now for Farrell.
So at least Josh Anthony had some pads to work with.
On the 2-2 headed toward Anthony. Runner's going to score, and a wild throw is going to allow the base runner, Holzwasser, at least a look at taking second base. But on what likely will be ruled either a fielder's choice or an error. Bounce towards second base, Jarvis. Inning over. But in the third for Huskies, 2 runs, 2 hits, 2 errors, and a man left. Auburn with the top.
Gotta love it.
Over the head of the pitcher, headed towards short. Gonna be a tough play. And well done by shortstop Max Bird, 1 out. He was handling a number of those type of plays. This one toward right field, dropping in base hit. Stephen Williams on with his second hit of the day. It's even now 5 behind, 0-1. Base hit right field. Runner had to hold up to make sure the ball wasn't caught. And the Tigers got something going in the bottom of the third with runners at first and second. A little nubbler to right field, base hitter. They're going to send a man around third. They're going to hold him up. Station-to-station baseball for the Tigers, and they're loaded for Edouard Julian.
Guy like Julian at the plate, I'd throw one down in the dirt right here. We're trying to breaking ball low.
Instead, he gets him on strikes. 2 outs. Huge pitch by Tyler Brown. 4th strikeout of the game.
Well, Brown decides to climb the ladder.
Waiting an important 2-1. Towards center field, base hit. That'll score at least 1. Runner on third, going to be held up. So a 2-out RBI single by Jay Estes, and Auburn with a little cushion, 4-2.
Good piece of hitting by Jay Estes. Just stays with a nice compact swing. You see that high leg kick for timing purposes right back through the box, but a great job by Coppins in center field. He got to that baseball in a hurry, made a very strong throw into the plate, only allowing 1 Auburn.
The pitch. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Tyler Brown. Gets out of further damage. Auburn leads them loaded, but gets 1. After 3, it's 4-2 Tigers, which always seems to be an asset for a pitcher. 1 out. And for Tanner Burns, that is his very first strikeout. 16-10. Runner fakes going. This one sky toward right field. It's deep. It's going to the wall. It is gone. Second 3-run homer of the day for Auburn, this time by Stephen Williams.
Great job by Stephen Williams. Just an absolute moonshot to right field. This ball is absolutely crushed. Watch him stay behind this baseball and that leverage. Just talk about launch angle off the bat. That ball was catapulted into the air, and that thing went out by about 15, 20 feet. You see the the outfielder, McConnell, just running out of room.
Can hit, can run. And awaits the 2-2. Toward right center field and deep. And gone. Charlie McConnell continues to have A banner day for the Huskies, now 3 for 3.
McConnell put some juice into that one. That ball really carried out there to right center, almost to the 400-foot mark to center field. But again, watch him stay behind this baseball. That ball's up in the zone. Looked like a changeup that Tanner Burns just kind of left out over the plate. McConnell does not miss it.
Second home run of the season for Charlie McConnell. Toward right field and deep. Still in play, however. Hauled in by Charlie McConnell, and back to first is Jay Estes, 2 outs. On the 3-2, toward right field, base hit. Nice job by Holland. Anthony around third will score easily. Holland digging for a double, and he's got it.
Well, that'll break you out of a little bit of a slump.
Indeed. 276 to 286. Going the opposite way and deep. Off the wall, ball in play. Runner going to score easily. Stand-up double for Stephen Williams, who is now 4 for 4 with 4 runs batted in.
I think you heard him talking about Will Holland of Florida and what a great day Holland had. He's like, hey, I can do that too, but just a great piece of hitting. Got to remember, this guy's a freshman and hits the ball very well, drives that ball the opposite field. You called it. That extension of the fence, that wall is in play, so you have to hit it over that second fence out there. So just a double for the ability to, by Venter, to take the changeup that's down in the strike zone.
Double play ball short. Will score a run. Venter retired. It is now 10-3 Auburn. Record of 36-19. Left field base hit. Runner around third, going to try to score. Will do that easily. Everybody else advancing to third and to second. So Will Holland, who struggled to place the first couple times out.
Really love to get his team back to the dugout. Now without allowing any more runs. And
that one gets away. Throw to home plate. Not in time. Anthony's speed beats it.
A good read off.
Runners moving up to second and third with 2 outs. The 0-2. Good changeup by Rodriguez, heading over. Tigers get 2 more, and on to the 8th we go. Still a lot to be determined with that. Inning over. 1 hit for the Huskies in the 8th. To the bottom half we go. Now, but it's kind of hot out there. 1-2. Toward first base, Anthony. Game over. Tigers pound out 17 hits and win 13-4.
A good job by Auburn. That's a good victory. You want to get into that winner's bracket, and that's what they did on day 1.
Time now for our player of the game, brought to you by Capital One. That's Stephen Williams. He had a 4-for type of day. 4 for 4. Scored 4 runs, drove in 4 runs. The right fielder was unstoppable.
Yeah, he was outstanding, and you've got to remember, just a freshman. This Auburn team's loaded up with freshmen, so big things for them in the future.
Troy, let's update our bracket right now. We know this, Auburn's moving on to the winner's bracket tonight, the 1-0 section. And we'll face either NC State or Army. That game is coming up in about an hour and 45 minutes. Northeastern, in the meantime, on to the loser's bracket. We'll face an elimination game tomorrow afternoon, 2 o'clock, against the loser of tonight's second game.
That concludes the first game of the NCAA Raleigh Regional.
Well, great job by Auburn again. Pitching kind of set up the hitting and getting into the winner's bracket. You don't know who they're going to get, but again, a little extra rest for the Tigers going into tomorrow night's game.
At 7 p.m. against the winning team of today's second game.